Hello and welcome to another Raggy's beer review. We're off to Batemans Brewery. I thought I'd actually done most of their beers that are in supermarkets, and I've not been able to get the XB at the moment. For some reason, Sainsbury's, Tesco's, and Morrison's don't sell it. But I did go into Morrison's and get the Dark Fruits Porter. First reviewed this when it was released, brand new into supermarkets. Literally about 3 years now, because I remember it being roughly around the start of COVID. I know this because a company came to the emailed me and says, "We love the review you did of Castle Rock Screech Owl," and like a promotion company or whatever they are. And would you be interested in having a Castle Rock Brewery glass? And so yeah, and then this chap showed up at the door, knocked on the door, says, "I'm from Castle Rock Brewery," and I'm like, "Okay." Um, and unbeknownst to me at the time, at least, it was Colin who was actually the managing director of Castle Rock Brewery. So that was an amazing thing. And obviously over the years, I've been good friends with Castle Rock Brewery. Um, And like most breweries, I try to do a review that's both honest, decent, positive, and then add a bit of raggy into the mix. So anyway, here we go. This is my updated review. I've not touched it since then. Not for the fact that I don't want to touch it. The fact that I review so many chuffing beers. So anyway, Dark Fruits Porter, creamy and fruity with a nutty spice finish, 4.5, 4.6%. Obviously, Batemans Brewery, based in Lincolnshire. I'll read what it says on the bottle, the whole shebang. Our story is one of enterprise and innovation, always looking forward whilst remaining true to our family roots. Amen. After 4 generations, Batemans is still fiercely independent. Good to see that. Honesty, exactly. Creativity and gritty determination fuel our passion for our beers. So here we go. Black in colour and creamy in mouthfeel, Dark Fruits is a delicious porter with a backbone of crystal, chocolate and roasted malts. It is packed full of delectable dark fruits for a slightly sweeter finish in this rich, nutty spice beer. All in all, it's the most Moorish of dark beers, vegan friendly. So, like I say, I enjoyed this beer 3 years ago, reviewed it the minute it came into supermarkets, and why wouldn't I? I'm sure it's 3 years ago. I've drank a lot of beers since then, so one does apologise if one gets it wrong. Yeah, I normally get it wrong a few times a day, most of the day. Yeah, luckily I've got the wife to put me in my place. So, drinking in the Magpie Brewery glass from Nottingham, and the latest brewery that I've done a collab brew with. So I went down to the brewery, got invited down, and I was really happy about that. Got invited down to the brewery, went down, did a bit. Cleaned out the mash tun, and shoveling grain is not a problem for me, obviously. Being a gardener, a bit of spade work, shovel work is not an issue, as you would expect. If I'm a gardener and don't know how to use a shovel or a spade, there would be an issue. So here we go. Black in colour, lots of carbonation on the inside. There's an off-white head there. There's a Moorish fruity nose on this. Dark fruits. So the dark fruits, by the looks of what it says on there's blackberries, black currants, strawberries, and looks like plums there. if you look at the front of the bottle, I'll show you the front of the bottle. So for those who know their fruits, there you go. That's what it looks like. So plums, eh? That's interesting. I do like plums. I don't know what it is about plums, but I do like them. Room temperature. Oh. Yes, you can drink this cold. I prefer my porters and my stouts to be room temperature. Why? Because it accentuates that flavour. The flavours from the fruits are there. They really are. And delivering absolutely exquisitely. Both on the nose, you can smell it, but on the taste, like an absolute taste sensation. That's not me joking either, you know, it does do what it says. Oh. It's funny because there's some beautiful flavours coming out of that. It's just, I've had a stressful day. I've been thinking about what's happened in Nottingham yesterday. Obviously, this has been filmed around the tragic events of yesterday in Nottingham. But we're not going to focus on that. What we're focusing on is an amazing beer. And as for somebody who focuses and sometimes needs something to chill out on, and this is where beer delivers, because aroma and flavour, and you just drink it and it's like, wow, deep breath, wow. I would love to see this on cask, and it is on my to-do list to visit a Batemans brewery pub, try and get as many of these beers, certainly these supermarket beers, and more so, you know, on cask, do a review. I mean, I've heard there's a local one in Ilkeston. I'm hoping that we get a tap takeover locally, and I will poke the fires of local pubs, certainly local breweries, and say to them, look, there's any chance you can do a Bateman's Brewery tap takeover? Why? Because I want to have the beers without doing the travelling. But obviously I do want to go to the brewery at some stage, as I do a lot of breweries, you know. I want to see what their ethos is, talk to the people. You know, I talk to lots of local breweries around Nottingham. Some will talk to you, some like that, you'll talk to them, they're like your best mate already. And it's amazing because that's beer. You talk about beer. And these people don't know you. They maybe watched a review, but they don't really know who I am by being with me. Although, personality-wise, this personality you see here is that personality anyway. But people don't know that, obviously, you know. There's such a thing as putting on a front. And yeah, some straight away there. And, you know, I don't regard this channel as anything special. I regard it as a hobby which has grown over the years, but still is, you know, very much a hobby. With a love for the beer stuff. And why not? Eh? Ooh. And too easily do we jump onto what's the new trend, i.e. craft beers, and forget about these what we would call modern traditional beers. Um, Breweries that may not agree with me, they may say, "Hey, it's a craft beer. It's in a bottle, but it's a craft beer." And there is them boundaries with craft and cans and bottle beers, which has all become rather convoluted over the years and difficult to assess. I mean, these days, on the whole, bottled stuff is modern traditional. Craft beer is predominantly cans, predominantly, but not always the case. And in neither way, some put craft into bottles and some put trad into cans, and that's where it throws it up all over the place. But it depends on the brewery. If you've only got a craft, if you've only got a can facility, you're not going to go out and buy a bottle plant just because it's a trad beer. So, oh dear. Like I say, lovely warm day, perfect temperature for drinking this. Yes, it's June, middle of June, not far away from the Raggy birthday. Wow. Yeah, I'm 21 again for the 31st time. God, it kills me. Absolutely kills me that I'm 52 this year. 52? Yeah. Don't let anybody fool you. If you're a 21-year-old and you're thinking, are you any more grown up when you're 52? No, not by a long shot. I'm certainly not, anyway. Do things annoy me that as a 21-year-old annoy me as a 52-year-old? Yes, they do. Do I want to vent? Yes, I do. Yes. Things locally, just yesterday, obviously tragic events, but other things, annoy me. And it's like you say, you want to say to them people, do you read the news? Did you understand what's gone off? Nottingham is in disarray. You're doing what you're doing. Yeah, no need for it. So yeah, as you grow up, you know more. You might be a little bit more wise and a little bit less, maybe you might be a bit more grown up, shall we say, but not on the whole. No, no, no. I think it's by the individual. Some people are a lot less stressed and a lot less things don't bother them as much as other people, and I think that's with all of us. We're all very different in life. So there we go. So obviously the black pour, off-white head. Feels nice to get on with this, and it feels nice to do a bit of a series in quite quick succession on a particular brewery. I've done that with quite a few breweries recently, and it's nice. It's nice to do a bit of a focus on breweries, and especially breweries that bring out decent beer, obviously. But that fruity aroma is absolutely sublime. And at room temperature, it tastes as you would expect. It doesn't taste false, which you do get sometimes in beers. Um, it just, it's the spot. Obviously today, this is slightly warmer than what you'd have it on cask, being mainly from the shed. But I tell you what, even at this temperature, so it's slightly warmer, but it's tasting spot on, really bringing out those flavours. And it's like I've said, if you can and you've got the time, drink a beer at fridge temperature, which would be equivalent of keg. Drink a beer at room temperature, and then on a really hot day, have another one and drink it at higher temperature, and the difference in aroma between the three is staggering. Um, Difference in aroma, difference in taste. I've drank beers this way, and the differences. Um, I drank one which was so different between the two, yet still an amazing beer. Oh, I'm now ready to go up the house, get on the settee, and go and fall asleep. It's just chilled me out that much. And you know something, um, beer gets bad press because of this, so many units a week. But like everybody, uh, obviously not overdoing it is a good thing, obviously. But but having that beer when it chills you out, something that does what it does, is an amazing thing. It's like a medicine, but not a medicine, if you get what I mean. Um, and this, got to be honest, absolutely stunning. 4.6%. You'd think it was stronger than 4.6. Got to be honest. And oh, the aroma. Hats off to the brewer and to the person who created this in the first place, because that is absolutely spot on. Um, it's nice to rediscover beers. The problem with doing beer reviews is that you tend to go from beer to beer to beer to beer to beer, and you review a beer like I did 3 years ago, and I've drank it once since then, but I've not reviewed it. But today, to review it today at a warmer temperature, and it really brought out those flavours. And oh. And the funny thing is, it gives me that chance to rattle, and it's been good. I've had a nice rattle, a few off tangents as you do. That's a typical Raggy's beer review. I can never do anything other than what I do. Some people can do 3-minute reviews, but in 3 minutes you don't really get the whole beer, because beer breathes. And yeah, you can enjoy beer with me and try and get the flavours as I'm getting the flavours. 18 minutes or so, I think that's fair dues. To drink a beer in 18 minutes, you're not just wafting it down your neck, you're enjoying that. For me, is what beers are about. It's about enjoying. Out of 5 for me, would I drink this again? The biggest question, the question. Hell yes, all day long. The fruity aroma, the fruity taste is absolutely top notch. Have you had it before? Have you not? If you've not had it before, I got this from Morrison's. I don't know where you'd get it from, wherever you live in the country. It may be different supermarkets, but it is absolutely worth. If you like your plum porters and fruity porters, you're going to absolutely love this. I do need to put this up against some of the plummy beers out there, to do a bit of a fruit standoff, a beer versus beer, um, because it has just reinvigorated my love of the beer. So, whew, beer versus beer, live beer versus beer. Yes, definitely. This versus possibly something fruity along the same lines, probably St. Peter's Plum Porter or something along that. Out of 5 for me, a fantastic 4.55 out of 5. Yeah, wow. £1. I think it was £1.8. No, it was £2 at Morrison's for the bottle. I think it was on a 4 for 3 though, so you could have got it cheaper had you bought a 4. I didn't at the time anyway. And that is it for this review. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.